Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? This is your boy Jay coming at you live once again. Thursday evening with another episode of. Okay, and give me 1 second. My Facebook hasn't started yet, so let's see if this will get it done. Mm-hmm. What's going on? What's going on, SJ? Good to have you. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out why my Facebook is bugging out on me today. Nope. No, 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 no. We are not going there. Nope. Okay, there we go. Let's give it a shot. What's going on, Mercado? Once again, thank you everybody for the patience. I'm just getting my Facebook situation sorted out. All right, there we go. Finally, Facebook is on. There you go. And sorry for that delay, everybody. So yesterday we left off with "Who Moved My Cheese" by Dr. Spencer Johnson. The Instagram filter is off the chain today. It's going crazy. It's psychedelic. And yesterday we left off with the thought that Hall finally saw himself compare, and he compared. I mean, it's not the best word to choose, but he learned from Sniff and Scurry that keeping things simple in life was what really was beneficial to a lot of people, because he was able to see when you simplify things and you stop over analyzing and you stop over complicating things, you can just keep moving with the changes with a lighter load, allowing you to adapt faster. So you actually adapting to changes successfully makes you a successful being, right? So continuing with the story. Hall had also used his wonderful brain to do what little people do better than mice. The the thing about the mice in the story is that they just simply take action. They don't have higher mental faculties that to guide them. But Hall, like it says here, is that he used his wonderful brain to do what little people do better than mice. He envisioned, and this is the key word, he envisioned himself in realistic detail, finding something better, much better. So what about envisioning, and what about like this envisioning in realistic detail about finding something better? Is that the author here used the word brain to make it simple, but what I really feel that the author wanted to say is that you use your mind, and your mind is different from your brain. But just to bring it closer to everybody so that we can just think of something tangible to us, he said he referred to the brain, but we do not visualize with our brains, we visualize with our minds. And he said he envisioned himself in realistic detail. And the great thing about the mind is that when you are envisioning things and you are transmitting thoughts and ideas to your subconscious does not care whether what you're envisioning is real or fake. It just takes whatever it is that you're envisioning and accepts it as truth. And when your subconscious mind really accepts what you're envisioning as truth, it it brings it into fruition. That's the power of the subconscious mind. He reflected on the mistakes he had made in the past and used them to plan for his future. You see, he took his mistakes and he didn't let them end in failure and mistake. He took his mistakes, flipped them over by the law of polarity, and found the good in them. He knew that you could learn to deal with change. You could be more aware of the need to keep things simple, be flexible, and move quickly. You did not need to overcomplicate matters or confuse yourself with fearful beliefs. Wow. You do not need to confuse yourself with fearful beliefs. That's so key. What's going on, my brother Paul? You could notice when the little changes began so that you would be better prepared for the big change that might be coming, as we said before. He knew he needed to adapt faster, for if you do not adapt in time, He knew he needed to adapt faster, for if you do not adapt in time, you might as well not adapt at all. Whoa, that's a powerful statement to make, right? He had to admit that the biggest inhibitor to change lies within yourself. Check this out. How many times have you gone inside, hey Felicious, how many times have you gone inside of yourself and instead of using your higher mental faculties to propel you forward, how many times have you used it as an excuse to stay where you are? How many times have you used your need to be right and prove yourself right to keep you stuck where you are rather than move you forward? We've all been there, right? Like if you are guilty as charged like I am, raise your hand and say I, like Tony Robbins. He had to admit that the biggest inhibitor to change lies within yourself and that nothing gets better until you change. What was that? Nothing gets better until what changes? You change. Nothing gets better until what? Until you change. So you have to change for things to get better, not your circumstances. First, you change and your circumstances change. Perhaps, most importantly, he realized that there is always new cheese out there, whether you recognize it at the time or not. Wow. And that you are rewarded with it when you go past your fear and enjoy the adventure. Holy moly. Like this guy is on fire. How many times? Yeah, there you go, SJ. Get out of your comfort zone. That's right, my brother. So you see, like, how many times have you let opportunity pass you by because it was just not familiar to you, right? And how many times have you allowed yourself to remain stuck in fear instead of just simply pushing forward in faith, knowing that there's such a great adventure awaiting you that it won't end in failure because there's only lessons in life. There's no mistakes. You either learn, right, or you win. And how many times have we been guilty as charged, say I, of letting our fears dictate what we do and we don't do, right? He knew some fears should be respected, as of course, as they can keep you out of real danger. And here, guys, there is a clear difference between fear and danger, and that is a conversation for another time. But you have to be aware now. And I learned this concept the first time by none other than one of my favorite actors, Will Smith. And he said something like passing by, and he was like, there's a huge difference between fear and danger. And I was like, what? And I started to really think about that, and then later on, I really kept on searching, and I found the answer to that. But we'll talk about that next time. But he realized most of his fears were irrational and had kept him from changing when he needed to. So SJ over here is saying, so many times I did, but trying to do not let opportunity let go. Yeah, right. That's the thing. So since now you know that you've missed the boat several times, now you learned your lesson, and you're using the law of polarity to look at the flip side and say, hey, I lost enough chances and opportunities. Now I'm willing to just go out there and take action and learn and grab the opportunity, right? Seize the moment. And Paul, yeah, there you go. Yeah, my brother. And he right here, he says, and this is what we all need to be aware of and follow, is the fact that most of our fears, in actuality, they're irrational, and they keep us from changing when we need to, right? He didn't like it at the time, but he knew that the change had turned out to be a blessing in disguise, as it led him to find better cheese. Because at the time, at the moment where he had to change, like there was an internal battle, and he was like, oh my god, I have to go through all the hustle again, and I have to like get out in the maze and struggle and like feel lost and feel like I'm a fool. But as soon as he started to let go of those fears and of those irrational thoughts, he started to enjoy the journey and started to win. He even found a better part of himself. Wow. Whoa. So when you move past your fears, you actually open up the opportunity for yourself and the possibility to find a better part of yourself. As Hall recalled what he had learned, he thought about his friend Hem. He wondered if Hem had read any of the sayings Hall had written on the wall at Cheese Station C and throughout the maze. Had Hem ever decided to let go and move on? Had he ever entered the maze and discovered what could make his life better? Hola, Andrea, ¿cómo están, Bosem? Good to have you once again. And fear, faith, both are the belief of the unseen. Yes, sir. And so, guys, my time is up today, so I'm going to cut it short. But I love the discussion. Keep it going. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.